call to order the city council meeting for Lathrup Village, and I would appreciate a roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Cantor.
Here.
Councilmember Jennings.
Present.
Councilmember Barksdale.
Present.
Mayor Garrett.
Present. Thank you. We do have a quorum. I invite everyone in the audience and council to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Before we approve the agenda, does anyone want to do a motion to excuse Councilman Hammond?
Motion to excuse Councilman Hammond.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Jennings.
Yes.
Councilmember Barksdale.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cantor.
Yes.
Mayor Garrett.
Yes.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Need a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Barksdale.
Yes.
Mayor Garrett.
Yes.
Councilmember Jennings.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cantor.
Yes.
First, we have the presentation for Southield School Board. Councilman Jennings, please.
Yes, so we have Eric and Michaela, right? I got it right. Awesome. Okay, so Eric is from Southield A&T and Michaela is from University. So they will be giving us an update. Really quickly, I just wanted to give a few highlights for Michaela. She is a part of the National Honor Society, and she is the treasurer for the National Honor Society. She is the student council president. She is the volleyball team captain, as well as the Southield Parks and Recreation youth representative. And then Eric, I'll give you a few highlights, even though I gave you yours last week. And so, let me see what I can find. So, addition to recent accomplishments, 2022 to 2023, he has helped organize school events such as student versus staff basketball games, the school blood drive, and the BPA knocker ball game. He also participated in events like Communication for Change, SEL, and our school town hall with Dr. Green. So, thank you, and you guys can go up to the podium and, ladies first.
First, I want to say you do have somewhat of an awesome name. You'll get it later. Congratulations to you.
Good evening, everybody. For November, here are some of the past as current events at University K-12. On October 8th was Meet the Teacher Night. October 11th, was our annual Pink Out to raise awareness for breast cancer. On October 29th was our Fall Festival planned by the student leadership clubs such as Student Council, National Honor Society, and our house crew leaders and the PTSA. At this event, University hosted special events such as the haunted house, costume competitions, trunk or treat, live music, exotic zoo animals, clowns, and more. The activities were separated by grade, with high school having their fall festival, middle school having a boo bash, and elementary celebrating their very own version of Oktoberfest. Special thanks to our drama department for setting up their very own haunted house. It was a huge success, and also special thanks to our PTSA and parent volunteers for their trunk or treat and overall letting the night run smoothly. Card marking one ended on the 29th of October, and on October 31st, we all know as All Hallows Eve. On November 11th was our Challenge Day. Now, Challenge Day is an organization that helps young people learn to connect to one another and their teachers in a way like no other. This day-long event also gives teens and adults tools to tear down separating factors and come to an understanding that we as a collective have more things alike than we do different. I firmly believe that the skills learned will have a strong impact on me and will be skills I carry on throughout my life. It truly inspires me to help create an accepting, loving, and respectful community. Using highly interactive and energetic activities and constant seat swapping, Challenge Day encouraged everyone to explore and make new connections. This day began with uplifting, cheering music and games that made all the students and the teachers feel more comfortable and relaxed. Having us swap seats also removed the stereotypes and established cliques and labels that have been placed on us, such as social pariahs, populars, football players, smart people, etc. Our facilitators also spent a portion of the morning talking about healthy expression of our emotions with the negative effects of keeping our feelings inside. During the afternoon, we dove into the issues of social oppression and really dove deep on the impact it has on all of our lives. By the end, we had the opportunity to take a stand against oppression and apologize to anyone we may have hurt in the room and thank anybody who's been there for us. It was truly awakening, and take it from me, Challenge Day works. I did not expect to tune into my emotions to the emotions that I did, and talk about the experiences that I've had, or even learn some of the things about my fellow teachers and peers. And this day truly built empathy and respect for one another, and I know I've created bonds with this group that will never go away. With elementary events, October 9th, the third grade class had a great time at the Detroit Zoo as a great wrap-up to their animal unit. In middle school events on October 12th and November 8th, the University Lady Chargers had from 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grades scored another win this week. Congrats to them. With their season coming to a close, the Lady Chargers reigned undefeated throughout the season. High school events, October 15th, the volleyball team had their senior night where they blew Pontiac out of the water after an initial soul-crushing loss, but the Warriors never give up, and that's what makes them Warriors. On October 18th, the volleyball team took a trip to MSU to watch a professional volleyball game against Nebraska, and it was truly a great bonding experience. On October 24th, our seniors and juniors were bused to Southield A&T to go see colleges in and out of state like Central, U of M, and Hampton. It was a great opportunity to encourage our juniors as they prepare for important decisions they'll need to make in the future, and to support our seniors as early action and early decision comes to a close. On October 25th, one of the university high school clubs has gained more and more traction. This club being the African Student Association, led by Crystal S. and Tammy Lola O. They had Guess the Celebrities Ethnicity game where we learned the ethnicities of some of our favorite artists. Also, on the 25th, university students showed their pride by representing their chosen side between U of M or MSU in anticipation for the upcoming game. I also have to give a special shout out to our debate team led by Tammy Lola O and Dalen M for their achievement in the double finalists, where they went 5-1 in the prelims. They received 13th seed out of 110 teams, and for those who aren't as seasoned to the debate terms, being seasoned only happens when you advance to the elimination round. It was also held at U of M, which is the 5th largest national tournament. Well done to both of them. And on the 13th, we had parent-teacher conference, and on the 14th, exams were due. Also, the Michigan First Credit Union returned on the 14th to set up its banking pop-up for another year. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think this is just audio.
Before you go, can you check on what Jim, they said there's no audio on Facebook. Just a second. It's recorded though for YouTube, so it might not be live, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna do like 3 or 4 messages saying tuned in, no sound.
yeah, that's why I have pulled it up. Oh, to see it. Yeah, it's on here. Did he say to go ahead and get
Just something real quick.
How about the Lions?
That was a game. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Middle of the report, I felt confident I could leave, but they were still without.
You gotta stay, leave, you were there?
No, I had, I wanted to, everything I had to do, and I was like, they got it.
You gotta stay put, you gotta watch till the end. Says the guy that didn't watch any of it.
What's that?
Said, you gotta watch till the end. Says the guy that didn't watch any of it.
Yeah.
it is up in the next year, and they can hear it.
Trying to see where those messages came up, was that Facebook?
I thought I was with
Yeah, I was
you
gonna,
until I heard all the stuff.
Christina
Oh,
was
yeah,
gonna
here I
say.
am. Please let me know when you guys start to hear sound, period.
what the,
I'll just look down and look at something else.
we're good.
Okay, we're good.
Good evening. My name is Eric Spraggins, of course. I serve as a student board rep for Southield High School for the Arts and Technology. And I'm going to jump right into our report. We hosted our skating party on November 13th at Northland from 6 to 9 p.m. I did show out, did skate, did fall, and I was a bit sore, but that is all right. I also would like to congratulate Angel, you who have won the World of Soft Robotics No Pro Skill Builder, earning a $100 Amazon gift card, and we're proud of the accomplishment of our scholars. We had representative from the University of Michigan Office of Financial Aid come and visit our school to talk about FAFSA and the financial aid process. The session was held on Wednesday, November 13th, and it was really encouraging for our students applying to college who really wanted to get a head start on how to complete the FAFSA process. And with our fall sports wrapping up, we are now preparing for our winter sports. So with that, we have girls basketball, bowling team, boys basketball, and wrestling is a new addition to our sport team this time around. And we are excited to see those who make it to the team and really show our Warrior pride. Some of the recent educational activities we had was our apple orchard field trip. Our Warrior students visited a local apple orchard where they learned about the agriculture practices and how the orchard reuses produce to enrich the land. Students had an amazing experience there. And the art department also did something nationwide with clay magnets inspired by Michigan flora. And these pieces were exchanged with students across the country as part of a collaborative project. Additionally, we held our mock election where Kamala Harris was the winner of our mock election, and we also made sure that we registered voters, and most of those first-time voters were able to vote in this previous election, and we are proud of them for doing their civil duties. Additionally, that occurred on Thursday, November 14th. Our district hosted a school safety forum with our special guest being the Southield Chief of Police, Chief Barron. It was an opportunity to discuss safety strategies, strengthen partnerships, and enhance the well-being of our schools and community. And as the message I always preach, the school and the state of our school is getting stronger by the day. We have seen a decrease in fighting. We have seen a decrease when it comes to our increase in our graduation rate, and we also are seeing an increase of student attendance to our school. And so we're proud of what we're doing at Southield High School, and we'll continue to update you guys on our accomplishments. But we love to be here and to be able to report out to the city. Thank you.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You guys are welcome to leave. Ashanti has let me know that you guys have homework. So she expects you guys to go home and do your homework. So thank you guys for coming. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
See you
Thank
next
you
month.
both.
Next up, we have public comments for items that's on the agenda. And speakers are limited to 3 minutes. Would ask for you to come to the podium and give your name. If you want to give the street you live on, that would be great too. So if anyone wants to speak for something on the agenda only, please come to the podium. Come on. Just jump right in there.
Just throw it on up
Yep.
there. Good evening to the mayor and the council members. My name is Diane Wings. I live on Ramsgate. Recently, I saw an article in the newspaper in regards to the block grant. So I called the city clerk to get more information on it. I am not for sure if it's still open or if it has been given away, but requesting a partial barricade for my street on Ramsgate. My street is one block, not even a block, it's the next street over from the gas station. Since the gas station has been there, along with the traffic jam that we deal with every evening on Southield Road, the speeders coming up and down our street, which creates public safety hazards such as possible pedestrian accidents as well as property damage. I've had to replace my mailbox. I'm not for sure if that's because of a customer leaving the gas station, because now the gas station not only sells food, but it also sells liquor. One evening, I was out for my usual walk. I watched a young man turn off of Southield Road, go around the block, go into the gas station, come out. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the gas station. I think it's probably creating quite a bit of revenue for the city itself, but it is creating a problem for the residents over on Ramsgate. The alcohol, the trash, we're getting a lot of trash because there's a bus stop there as well. People go in, buy food because there is chicken. I smell chicken from 9 a.m. until almost 9 p.m. I'm not saying it's a bad smell, but I don't want to smell chicken all day. And so it is turning into an issue for our street. And I'm hoping that we could possibly get that grant in order to put a partial barricade, a barricade where the residents on the street will be able to come out, but to stop the speeders from saying, oh, that's a good street, and shoot down our street. So, did I do my 3? Okay.
Oh, yeah, 18 seconds to spare.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. Just to let you know, for the CDBG grant, it's for senior projects. I'm not sure that that would fall under a senior project,
I'm a
but
senior citizen.
you are. I don't know who else is on your street.
Okay.
But that is something that I will ask the city manager to have the police look into to
Okay.
see what's going on. You said around 5 o'clock?
Oh, no, it starts about 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Have the
starts
police go
about
over
3.
there.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to be heard about anything that's on the agenda?
Good evening.
evening.
Tim Hillman, San Quentin Boulevard. I sit on the Lathrup Village Planning Commission, and in Councilperson Jennings' absence, I thought I would give a very brief notice of tomorrow's meeting. We'll meet in this chamber
You mean
tomorrow.
Hammond, yeah.
I'm like,
what I
he's
said?
sitting right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Processing excuse right over there.
Sorry, Jalen, you're very much there. Councilperson Hammond, yes, thank you. The commission will meet tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. in these chambers. There's 2 primary agenda items for discussion. First, we'll discuss a site plan for a proposed golf simulation business along Southield Road. And secondly, we'll discuss the possibility of rezoning 12 Mile. The majority of 12 Mile is currently zoned for office use only. There's been some discussion about potentially rezoning that to allow for mixed use. I would imagine that there are many residents who might have an opinion on the rezoning of 12 Mile, particularly those who live along Roseland, and particularly those on the north side of Roseland, assuming or considering that 12 Mile is actually in their backyard. So I would encourage residents who are interested in hearing about those discussions, but also perhaps contributing to those discussions, to attend our meeting tomorrow. And again, that is tomorrow in this chamber at 7 p.m. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to be heard? Okay, hearing none, I would take a motion to approve the consent agenda or pull out anything for the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
It's been moved in second. Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Cantor,
Yes.
Mayor Garrett,
Yes.
Councilmember Jennings,
Yes.
Councilmember Barksdale.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes. Next, we'll open the public hearings for the Community Development Block Grant Funds for the project year 2025. I'm going to assume that our city manager would like to kind of introduce that. Or not.
You are correct, Mayor. So as council's aware, and then for the public's knowledge, each year the city's allocated community development block grant funds via Oakland County. This is a federal program that the county kind of manages and then passes out funds based on rigorous qualifications per city. So in 2025, the city is going to be allocated $7,000, and then the CDBG dollars have to be spent per the guidelines outlined by HUD in Oakland County. So part of the requirements for this program is to hold a yearly public hearing to get input from residents and then to get feedback before we take official action on this. And then we can kind of go from there.
Okay, so the public hearing is open. If anyone wants to speak out additionally about the CDBG grants, please feel free to come to the microphone, the podium. No one? No one? Okay, so we're going to close the hearing and go into our action requests. Up for consideration first, a request to approve Resolution 2024-16, Community Development Block Grant, Project Year 2025.
So Mayor, as we were talking about, since we just closed the public hearing, now part of the process is we have to submit a formal resolution to the county with the type of project we want to do for project year 2025. In the past, the city has allocated their funds to senior projects or yard services. This year, working with Community Development Director Colson, we kind of wanted to pivot to kind of a more tangible project that would meet CDBG qualifications. And this year, we're actually hoping to do some ADA park improvements. For us, since we only get a limited amount of funds for CDBG, we're looking to do some concrete pads and some ADA picnic tables. Specifically, we're looking to add this feature to Golden Gate Park, which currently features one of our newer playgrounds and a current walking path. So we think this would be a good asset for that and a good use of these funds.
Okay, someone make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2024-16.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Open it up for discussion. So, just like what I was saying to Ms. Williams, this is for, the CDBG is normally for seniors, right?
There's lots of categories you can utilize this funding for. In the past, since the city has only received a very minimal amount of money, there's naturally only so much you can do with the funding.
Right.
So senior services and senior programming seem to fit the bill for the city the past few years. But this year, the city, we're looking to try something different this year.
Okay, and because of the ADA, has ADA improvements in it, that's a possibility for it to be
Yeah,
approved for that.
ADA improvements qualify for this type of funding.
Okay, just want to make sure. Anyone else?
Yay parks.
What did you say?
Yay parks.
God, I can't think what I'm trying to say. Again, excuse me, I went to sleep.
If there's no more discussion.
Oh, if there's no more discussion, roll call. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Quick question, senior projects, I'm a senior. What kind of projects have you done in the past?
So I know that we've done a luncheon, and you use CDD, it's easy for you to say. You've used CDBG funding for your luncheon, right?
Correct.
We also used to have senior programming, which we are looking into trying to figure out how to bring all of that back. I think that would be through the Parks and Recs department. So that'll be something that we work on, and then I'm trying to think of all the.
You had like bus
Oh, and
trips to
then
the
the bus.
DIA and.
The bus was a part of the CDBG, those type of things. Hope I answered your questions. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay. Roll call.
Councilmember Jennings,
Yes.
Mayor Garrett,
Yes.
Councilmember Barksdale,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cantor.
Yes.
Thank you for that passes. Next, we have request to approve Resolution 2024-17, a resolution of authorization, local unit of government match for the Michigan Natural Resource Trust Fund grant request. I'm assuming, again, that the city manager wants to introduce that.
Thank you, Mayor. So as part of the city's grant writing contract that we entered into with LexiPol, they'll write one full grant for the city from start to finish each contract year. This year, staff's been talking with them about potential projects, and then we ran this idea through council at our last study session. This year, we're looking to have them submit this grant through Michigan Natural Resource Trust Fund for $400,000 for municipal park. One of the good things with this is since we do already have the Oakland County RAP dollars that have been allocated for this, we can utilize that as our required match for this application. And so part of the grant process for this specific grant through the DNR is an approved resolution from council. Including in your packet, gave you guys kind of a mock-up of what a potential playground could look like. If we were awarded a grant through the DNR for this, naturally that would go through various changes through Parks and Rec before officially being approved by council. But this is one of the steps in this grant process, so we're just hoping you guys can approve it so we can keep moving forward.
Thank you. Who would like to make the motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2024-17.
Second.
That's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
So with the park, are you aware, like, would it be like fully up to like ADA standards?
Yeah, that's one of the requirements for this grant. So this would come with the safety surfacing and a very accessible type of playscape.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yay, parks.
Keep saying it. Got some stuff for Parks and Rec. So we're all finished with the discussion. Roll call, please.
All right, Councilmember Barksdale,
Yes.
Councilmember Jennings,
Yes.
Mayor Garrett,
Yes,
Mayor Pro Tem
Yes.
Cantor.
thank you. That passes. Next is the request to approve partnership agreement with the Lathrup Village Nature Group.
Thank you, Mayor. So as the city's done over this past year with a few other groups, the Lathrup Village Nature Group is seeking to establish a partnership agreement with the city. This is another draft agreement we reviewed at a study session, but essentially what they are looking for is free usage of some meeting spaces throughout the year, and in return they'll volunteer to commit hours taking care of some of our pocket parks and then host programs throughout the year. The big one being the garden tour in 2025. And we do have Miss Nancy Picard here to answer any specific questions about their potential programs. I know they're still working through that and deciding, but they have committed to run a number of programs for us for calendar year 25.
That's why you're here.
I know I should come more often, but I'm sorry.
It's okay, we're not taking attendance. Anyone want to make a motion for it?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the partnership agreement between the city of Lathrup Village and the Lathrup Village Nature Group with an expiration date of December 31st, 2025.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I think this
Yes.
is a, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go
Go,
ahead.
you go ahead.
I was gonna ask, do we, or if she can answer, do we know if they will volunteer to make sure like that garden around the parking lot is maintained? I think you guys did the planting for it,
Come on up, Nancy.
or no? Am
Are
I
you-
wrong?
Are you talking about the one around City Hall?
Yes.
That's,
So I'd say the plantings was a volunteer effort between the DDA and naturally some of the nature group people.
Mhm.
But after the plantings happen, now the maintenance falls into our Paradise contract we have through the DDA.
Okay.
So,
we'll
yeah,
oversee it.
yeah, and nature group will help oversee it and help push Paradise if things aren't being
And
kept
then
up.
also like Pam and Reed on the DDA beautification, they, you know, they know everything about all that too. Is that right if I talk for a minute? We're planning on having a first quarter, presentation. I think what we're getting is Michigan NC natives to come in. It's gonna be open to the whole Tri-County area. We wanna make this into a big deal in the community room. And we're also gonna do that for recruitment effort, because the nature group started out as a Facebook page, where now we have a planning committee. But we wanna turn it into a traditional club type thing where people meet, but we're not, probably once a quarter. That's why we didn't have, looking to have like a lot of meeting times. And then we're gonna have a native plant sale the day of the Lathrup Village Garden Tour. We're gonna have a native plant sale. And we also I have taken on commitments to pocket parks, the Prairie Garden, and we are working on the Veterans Grove. But I know that Ian Ferguson had mentioned to me that he wanted to be involved with it, so he and Frank are gonna be taking care of the hardscaping, and we'll be taking care of the greenscaping over there to make sure it looks top-notch all the time. And I'm trying to think what else. Well, we were gonna have different programs, and, you know, just keep it going and work on things to make things pretty and teach people about nature. And a lot of these groups are cross-pollinating now, which is kind of fun. So we all kind of recruit each other from different groups to kind of work on things, which is cool. So, but thank you on behalf of the nature group for the partnership. We really appreciate it.
It
Thank
didn't
you.
pass yet, but thank you.
Well, just in case it passed, I already speechified.
Okay.
If it didn't, I don't know what to say. But thanks.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
I was just gonna say, I think it's a good agreement, you know, it gives the group usage of some of the facilities, and we get a lot in return, which is the whole goal of these partnership agreements, is to have a good partnership with the community, so we appreciate you doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Did we, will you give us an update on like how the partnership is working? Because I know we're like, I can consider this like the pilot one, so like an update on like how it's going throughout the year.
Yeah, we can do either quarterly or biannually updates, but essentially the goal is, since the plan is to renew these every single year to make sure each side's holding up their end, it's when we come renewal time will be a little formal. So come January, when we have two groups, Historical Society and Women's Club, up for renewal, we'll kind of go over what everyone's done for this past year and see if it's worth renewing.
Okay.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Cantor,
Yes.
Councilmember Barksdale,
Yes.
Mayor Garrett.
Yes.
Councilmember Jennings.
Yes.
Now it passed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, we have the request to appoint a Downtown Development Authority board member. And I guess you can introduce it, and then I'll give a recommendation.
Thank you, Mayor.
And explain.
Yes.
Thank you.
So earlier this year, we had a couple vacancies on the DDA, and as council will recall, we realized that the bylaws in our ordinance were actually different between the DDA board and our actual city ordinances. We have updated our city ordinances to match the DDA bylaws, so what that means is now there's a total of 9 members on the DDA, which includes the executive director. Come August, we knew one of the DDA members was going to be vacating their position, which would leave us with 1 open position on the DDA currently. Based on the current makeup of the DDA, we are looking for someone who has a business interest in the district. And I know, as you see in the applicants, that there's some that have been dated as August all the way until November. But that's because we had to keep the application period open for so long so we could redo the ordinance and then find someone that met our needs of having interest in the district. So today we're just looking for a formal appointment, and then we should have a full board moving forward.
Also, can we make sure that all of the applications are updated?
Yep.
Thank you. So it's my recommendation, based off the fact that we need to fill the vacancy with a business owner, not necessarily, not a resident. My recommendation is going to be for Alex Green.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to appoint Alex Green to the Downtown Development Authority open position.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Jennings,
Yes.
Mayor Garrett,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cantor,
Yes.
Councilmember Barksdale.
Yes.
Thank you. He's been appointed. Next, we have the city administrator report.
Nothing this month, Mayor.
Thank you. City attorney.
I do not have anything.
Thank you. Reports of boards, commissions, and committees.
Yeah, so the DDA, at our last DDA meeting last week, we did a couple motions or actions. We approved the reimbursement to the city from the DDA for the holiday decorations. So as you may remember, due to timing at our last meeting, we had to approve it in order for it to be done in time, but the DDA was planning on paying for it, but they didn't have a quorum to meet, and so we took the cost, and now they're reimbursing us for it. The other thing that we approved was an RFQ for the Triangle properties. As you may know, we have two Triangle properties, one on the east side, which is owned by the DDA, and one on the west side, which is, I'm pointing to the wrong side, but one on the west side that is owned by the city. At our last council meeting, we approved doing an RFQ for the city-owned property. The DDA approved doing a RFQ for the DDA-owned property. And so basically what the RFQ is, it's putting out to the community, the developers, to say, hey, we've got this property, what do you want to do with it? What are your ideas? What proposals do you have? We are not required to accept any of them, so it's just an idea, a way for us to get an idea of what can be done with the property and what would fit in it. So it could be businesses, could be residential, could be a mix of both. And I did go door to door to the houses around the property, and obviously there were concerns about, having a development. And basically what I told them was like, we can't guarantee that the property's not gonna be developed, but there's a long way to go before any development takes place, and they will have a chance for input. And along those lines, I did request, and we approved, that we would notify the residents, like we do with a variance request, within 300 feet of the triangle property, so that they will know about the RFQ, and hopefully the rest of the community will know as well, just from this meeting. And we invite the residents to also submit their proposals for what they think may be done with the property. They can get a hold of the RFQ, it'll be online. If you have an idea for a park, a playground, a dog park, a pickleball facility, whatever it is, put together a proposal, and, talk about, you'll have to talk about how it's funded, how it's maintained, and things like that. But, the residents who live near there, as well as the residents in the rest of the community, have the opportunity as well to respond to the RFQ, to get their ideas in front of council for us to figure out what to do with the property.
Done?
Yep.
Thank you. Planning Commission, Tim kind of told us that the meeting is tomorrow at 7 p.m. We're discussing a new business, which is a golf simulation company, and then to discuss the rezoning of 12 Mile. And the rezoning for 12 Mile is to make it a mixed use, or to discuss making a mixed use. Mixed use is exactly what it sounds like, of both business and residential. Correct. That was just that easy, right?
And it's currently marked as just office. Or zoned.
Thank you. Parks and Rec.
Yes, Parks and Rec recently had their second trivia night. It was a very big success. We are teaming up with the DDA for the upcoming Winterfest. And then after that, as the new year comes around, we're looking to find new ways to engage the community. So please, if you have any ideas, if you like what Parks and Rec are doing, please voice your support and come out and attend the events.
When's the Winterfest?
I don't recall.
December 6th.
Thank you. Thank you. Tree Committee, Roger, do you want to talk on behalf? Can you come over here and do it?
real brief.
Can you come over there?
Thank you.
Yeah, we just had a meeting a few minutes ago, actually, prior to this meeting. A couple things we are working on, the DTE Energy Grant, that was completed and submitted. So we're hoping to, hear something by the end of the year. And the other one that we've been working on is the DNR Inflation Reduction Act. Basically, quite in depth. All sections have been completed. Right now, we're gonna have to work with the city on some budgetary issues. And we're targeting to get that sent off, hopefully, January, February timeframe. But we're on schedule for that, and if that one is awarded, that's the one that is, some serious dollars on that. So, getting everything in place, sounds like we're moving along real well, and just gotta, cross the Ts and dot the Is and send it on.
Thank you.
The Inflation Reduction Act one, it's like $100,000.
It's about $100,000.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Thank you. School Board, we heard from them. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, not at this time. I think, yeah, we had the 2 school board members attend. They will be coming annually. Only they won't come. I'm sorry. Every meeting. But they won't be coming during the summer, or I believe they might not be able to attend next month. So just because of winter break. So just wanted to let the public know that. And then also we're working on scheduling a group meeting, so a joint meeting. So hopefully that'll come up probably within the next year.
Thank you. Just want you to know you said you didn't have anything. You went
Well,
on.
it just comes to me. So
Just wanted to bring that to your attention. Any unfinished new business? Not really sure why we even have that on there.
Sometimes we do.
Okay. Next, we have public comment. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to discuss what you feel like discussing. And it is a opportunity to get whatever you like off your chest for 3 minutes. It's not a back and forth. And thank you. I'm trying. I'm getting there slowly. So anybody that would like to speak, you can come up to the microphone, give your name, and just, if you want to give the street you live on or say you do live in Lathrup, that would be a great idea. Yes, ma'am?
Can I,
Nope, gotta come up here.
you know what, I just thought of this, 2 things. For PNR, could they do bingo nights? Because people are asking about that. Secondly, street signs they have the names of the streets on them. They're really, a lot of them, you can't even read them. So this has been going on for a while. They're deteriorating, they're rusting and this and that. So it's just to bring up that concern about a lot of the street signs are in very, very poor shape. And some, like I said, literally, you can't read some of them. So just as an FYI.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The little bit I do know about bingo is as long as it is not any money that's given out, it can be gift cards, it can be gifts. But if you give money out, then that is a whole thing on the state of Michigan website. Yeah, and it's, I think we can do it here, but it is a big deal about getting an actual.
As long as it's not money.
So, if you do friendly bingo and you get a $5 gift card, that's cool.
Somebody had asked me about it, and I said, well, ask PNR. And then I thought, well, since I'm here, then I can tell them if you.
I love the idea because I have a bingo set at home I've been wanting to use. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? No?
You said if you have something you want to get off your chest, you can say it right
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
I just feel the need to get it off my chest.
Okay, let's go. Let's see what this is about.
Not deep.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Wilma Patrick.
Pull
I'm a
it
resident.
down.
I'm Wilma Patrick. I've been a resident here about 38 years.
Okay.
Over on Rainbow Drive. And I just want to say I was very disappointed. I know we have a lot of new people in the city of Lathrup that I'm not so familiar with including police officers and the whole works. I knew who was here for a long time, but now we have quite a few newcomers. And I was very disappointed in our city administrator, who I thought I had met before, but apparently from his face, I never met him. But I talked to him on the phone, and it was some information I talked to you about, and you told me you'd get back with me. I have not heard from you yet. And that was prior to the election, and I haven't heard anything back yet. And I just would appreciate some information or some concerning what I requested from you. Whether it's to my liking or not, I feel I have the right as a citizen to have that information. I don't know if you even remember my call that you've been talking to me.
I'll check my notes, but
Okay.
stay after if you can.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. That wasn't so bad. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to be heard? Come on up.
My name is Roderick Owens. I live on Ramsgate Drive, and was it 3 years back, we did the sidewalk repaving. As of now, I think I ended up spending like $1,700 for the repairs. As of now, at least one of the concrete blocks is cracked already. So I'm looking to find out if, what we can do about that, because I'm not looking to constantly fund Lathrup Village outside of my tax dollars with additional dollars. But that's something that's happening right now, and I want to catch it before it gets way out of control.
Okay. So if you can give the city manager your information, you can stay after also and give him your information. We'll get it looked at.
Okay.
Thank you. Look at you. Anyone else?
Control, too.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I just wanted to reiterate what he just said.
Yeah.
I noticed I had them to come back out more than one time. They had to break my cement up and redo it. I called the city at the time, and I voiced my opinion about, I felt that they were using substandard, material. And they said that, no, we test that stuff, you know? So, and mine is broken too. Same thing.
Thank you. We'll talk. Anyone else?
Lori Coots, I would just like to make a comment about the rules of the meeting. When someone is absent, I thought the rule was you have to give the excuse why they're not here.
No. They did
Not a
to us.
discussion.
Huh?
Not a discussion.
Except for me.
My apologies.
But
I will- it's
No,
not a
just to answer you,
discussion,
so
I
we
know.
don't have to go into it. No,
Never
no
mind,
one
never
has to
mind.
give no. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, that was not my understanding, but I will look it up. And then the only other thing I wanted to make mention of in regards to the Facebook postings, I thought that threats and such were not allowed to be made on the villagers page. And I didn't think that council members were allowed to respond on there. And it's a violation to threaten people. And I believe Mayor Garrett is guilty of that, threatening to sue.
Oh, no, that's not a threat. That's a promise.
okay.
Because I want everybody to understand that.
You're not supposed to talk to me. Excuse me, you always cut me off. I get a few more minutes.
I'm blaming it on lack of sleep.
Okay.
Go ahead, give her an extra second or something.
Okay, lastly, I just wanted to say that every time I make a comment about rules and whatever, I'm made fun of after I leave, and I purposely leave because it's always Bruce and Kelly making fun of me, and I would expect a little more professionalism when I make a comment about the rules. So, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Are you gonna stick around for us to respond or no?
No,
So you just.
well,
you
I
just
listen to
comment.
it, but I listen to it when I recording, but I don't like you to make fun of me while I'm here.
So, please stay, so I can explain two things. One, doing the defamation of my character, if you do look that up, I can sue you. That's not a threat. That is a promise if we can, no, not back and forth, just me, right now, okay? So, don't leave. I'm just saying, I'm just gonna answer all your stuff. So, that is true. Number two, the Villager. That is not a city of Lathrup Village ran site. It is, we prefer that the city council does not speak on it, but it's getting a little tiring, and I'll be honest with you, with all the sincerity in my heart and the strength that I have with no sleep since yesterday, it's really getting tiring to me to see how much I'm being bashed on these, nope, that's me, being bashed on here, which I know I'm I'm an elected official and I signed up for this.
This
some of
isn't
the
fair.
stuff,
You
no,
bashed
some
me.
of
You've made
the-
police reports
Okay,
about
no,
me that are
oh, I
lies.
absolutely did make a police report for standing outside my house at 9 o'clock at night, hiding behind a tree. Okay, so
Please,
that's number
please,
one.
please,
That's number
sue
one.
me.
That's
Please,
number
I
one.
beg
What
you.
was the other thing about the rules? We have followed the rules, and the reason why, and we're not making fun of you. Every single time you leave here, you swear and tell me to go F off. Every single
See,
time.
this is where you get to state what you
get to say
you
too, but we're
lied.
not going
You
back.
lied. You said I gave
I'm
you
not
the
going
thing
back
where
and
I
forth
said
with
F
you,
I
Mrs.
did not.
Coons.
I am so
I'm
sick
not-
of your lies, and this is why I don't
Here
want
we
to
go.
stay.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. So, thank you for sharing, and I'm sorry for that to everyone that pays attention to it. It is getting tiring to me. I don't know if you pay attention to it, but I know I have somebody to my right who likes to keep me updated with too much stuff that I don't want to even know about. And it is, we do this job for free. And not that we're looking to get, I know I'm not looking to get paid off of it, but we do it out the goodness of our heart. And the fact is that we love this city. And I've been doing this for 12 years, no pay. And I would say the last 2 years, the things I have read about myself is amazing. Even I'm to the point of, did I do that? You know? And it is to a situation where, and I'm not feeling bad about it whatsoever. It is where I'm getting a little concerned about being outside my house, things to that extent. I should not have to live like that in the city that I absolutely love. And it is to that point, and I have talked to an attorney, that whenever I want to pull the trigger for it, I will sue somebody for defamation, but here's the thing, I don't want to, because one, I'm cheap, I don't wanna really pay it. But number two is the fact is that I really don't want, I wish that we could get past the things that's going on. If you have a question, ask us, allow us to answer. If you don't like the answer, I'm sorry, but that's the answer. We're doing the best we can, I think all of us, trying to make sure this city stays a welcoming city. And again, and I'm not saying that pay is the whole thing of it, but understand that all these people that sit up here, with the exceptions of one on the outer end, I just came from the plane, right? On the outer ends are the only ones that get paid. Everyone inside does not. And where we are at, and I'm only gonna scratch the surface of this because I know that Bruce has something to say too, is that our financial and where we are as a city, it is not from this council. It is a culmination of the years of us kind of kicking the can down the road. And if there is a meeting, I swear if I can remember the date, I sat in that seat and said, we seem like we're kicking the can down the road about the roads, if you remember. And that had to be back in 2011 or 2012. I swear on my life, I know that I said that. So this is what you get from a tired person, and this is what you get from someone that's really getting tired of being cussed out. We're not perfect, and believe me, I know none of you all are perfect either. And if you dive into like your background, things like that, I bet you there's something in your background or something you do that you're gonna be like, please don't ever say that in public. So I did write something on Facebook saying, you know, the election is over. We're done with it. It is what it is. Everybody might not be happy for whatever you did or did not vote for, but we have to live here as a community. And we, in our little small hamlet of a city, we can make the difference of having a cohesive, friendly, you know, I won't say loving, because that's going too far, but more of a community. And that starts with us. And the reason I wrote that is because I believe that for myself. But to be continuously degraded, cussed at, threatened, I get kind of right here. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. Anybody else would like to speak?
I got some.
I don't know if the public was done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the public. I'm so sorry.
You kind of stealth went into council.
I know. I saw a red, or I saw. Yeah,
Red,
I'm sorry.
red.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hi, it's me again, Tim Hillman, San Quentin Boulevard. I'd like to take a moment to extend congratulations and a message of appreciation
Yes.
for our city clerk, Alyssa Emanuel.
First election, yes.
Yes.
Just take it.
Our city clerk just presided over what is perhaps the most hostile and tumultuous election of our lifetimes. And I believe it was the first, at least, major election that she presided over since assuming her position. Certainly when times are tense and difficult, a poorly administered election only pours salt on wounds. So I speak for myself, but I also think I speak for many other residents of Lathrup Village when I extend my appreciation and congratulations on an election well managed. So thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that would like to be heard? Anyone? Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to make up for last time when I had no council comments. I've got a lot tonight. So first of all, to address Ms. Weems' issues, Mike, do we have an ordinance regarding odor? Because I know, like, for example, when we, like years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, when we were working on the marijuana ordinance, you know, we had an odor, odor portion in the ordinance. So there should be something that they have some type of scrubber to.
I'll double check with Leanne in the morning, but as of right now, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. If anything, it would probably have to be classified as a nuisance, but then
Right.
at that point, it's very subjective.
Right.
I want to say it's the same thing that's for Olga's has something too. You probably know more, but
Yeah.
I think Olga's has something about the smell.
It could have
Yeah.
been something that was implemented during site plan approval potentially,
Right.
but, yeah, we can double check it, but in general, as what Mike indicated, it would be more just nuisance subjective.
Could we pursue it as a nuisance? Because I can say I live you know, probably 300 yards downwind from you, and I can smell it every now and then too. So I don't know how much teeth the
Right, I don't know
ordinance
how,
has.
you know, that's,
Okay,
again, very subjective
right, okay.
thing. One is it, I mean, if there's some device that could actually capture the odor, I would think maybe potentially, you know, just discussion with the business owner perhaps with that in mind.
Yeah,
But
I
I
mean-
don't know if I'm not up on that, if there really is something that can
Yeah, they're scrubbers.
stop that.
Yeah, just, it might be something we can request of them, and maybe they'll do it out of the kindness of their heart, maybe. And then the other thing with our other issue, I mean, what might be good is to put the radar sign on Margate, so that we can.
Ramsgate.
I'm sorry, Ramsgate, sorry. So that we can, you know, get some baseline statistics in terms of what's going on, because it measures speed and all that.
Yeah, I can have that conversation with Chief. We just moved it probably last week, so within the next couple weeks, I can see having time to move it.
Okay. Also, I want to congratulate the Recreation Committee. I think they're doing a stellar job in putting together events to draw the community together. They had the Glow Dance over around Halloween, which was a really unique event. The children had an absolute blast. The adults had a blast. It was a really great event. I think somebody mentioned trivia night earlier. I think you did. The room was packed. You know, everybody had a great time, and I'm not saying that because my team won. We had the road. Well, last place got a prize too. The road rally, I wasn't able to attend that, but I heard it was really good. I want to really thank Christina Schindler, Nicole Lowry, Elaine Mantinen, and Carol Green for all their hard work, and I look forward to seeing what they come up with next. Also want to thank Suzanne, our police clerk. She put together a great annual Thanksgiving dinner downstairs. It was another wonderful night. And then Ian Ferguson and Frank Zielinski for putting together the Veterans Day service out in the park. Also want to talk just real briefly a little bit about revenue. This has been kind of a timely topic. I think as a lot of people know, the Finance Review Committee met with the City Council on the September 23rd council meeting. We spent a lot of time talking about our findings and our recommendation, which was basically, you know, our financial issues are not really a expense issue. Expenses are being well managed. It's an issue of revenue decline. And we spent a lot of time talking about that. If you didn't see that meeting, it's on our YouTube channel. I recommend that residents watch it. Or alternatively, you can go out to our city website and get the recommendation that we provided to council, which has a lot of information about revenue. And I think it'd be really good for every resident to read that to get an understanding of what's going on. And you know, I was also happy to see that the Southield Sun, for those of you that saw it last Monday, wrote an article about our revenue issue. So that's making it a little bit more broadly known what the issues are. It was couched in another article. It was actually, the article was about the missed opportunity for revenue with the loss of or the defeat, I should say, of the marijuana proposals. And then they went in and started talking about other aspects of our revenue. And the reporter did a really great job of explaining some difficult concepts. She didn't get into all the low-level details. She didn't talk about all the concepts, but she did do a really good job. And so I recommend, if you haven't read that, to make sure you read that. And then, speaking of revenue, you know, kind of underscoring the issue that we have, I think most people know that Michigan First is our biggest taxpayer. And Michigan First appealed their taxable value assessment from the county to the Board of Review. The Board of Review, after careful consideration, agreed with their appeal, and they lowered their taxable value of their building $5.6 million. So that equates to a loss of $145,000 of revenue annually for the city and the DDA. So again, it's just another kind of dagger that the city is stabbed with respect to our revenues. That's 3% of our revenue. So that's why we're talking about things like a Public Act 33 and a Headley, and we'll be talking a lot more about those as the months go on. But I just wanted to kind of prep people by saying, you know, watch that meeting, read the recommendation, and read the news article, because it's going to educate you on what's going on. Switching topics a little bit. I think a lot of you know that I go door to door a lot to talk to residents, and the last couple of weeks I've gotten a lot of complaints when I've done people's doorsteps and comments about an unsolicited newsletter that's been mailed to them called the Village Voice. I've talked about it up here before, I think others have as well. I just want to reiterate that the Village Voice, both the Facebook website and the printed version, are not official city publications, and the city doesn't endorse them in any way, shape, or form. The newsletter is really a propaganda piece written by a resident who is disgruntled and stands against virtually everything that the city administration and the city council is doing. It claims to be investigative journalism without doing any investigation. They take their incorrect assumptions and conspiracy and turn them off as, try to present them as factual information. So I recommend that residents ignore it, but if you do read it and you have questions about it, you can talk to anyone on the city staff and anyone on council, and we'll be happy to address your concerns. And then on a somewhat related topic, I think a lot of people know that a site plan was submitted by the Surnow Company for a potential project to redevelop the Annie Lathrup School. And without having even seen this plan, the Village Voice wrote an article and it has come out against it. And they certainly have the right to their opinion. They have the right to be against the project for whatever reason. However, in the article, they specifically and purposefully referred to the development as a government housing project. And it was done intentionally to cause anxiety within our residents, which has caused many people to reach out to us. And as I said, going door to door, that was a question that I got asked a lot. So to be clear or to state this unequivocally, this potential project is not a government housing project. It's not subsidized housing, and it's not low-income housing. But as per usual, with what you see in the Village Voice, there was a major distortion of truth designed to bring animosity towards this project. And the thing that was really frustrating is that the author of that material sat in the meeting where we talked about the funding mechanisms, and she knew darn well that this wasn't a government housing project, because we talked about that at length. The project is defined as affordable housing. I want to say potential project, because it hasn't been approved yet. It's got a long way to go. But it's designed proposed as affordable housing, which has a specific definition associated with it, which means that rentals to tenants with an income level of up to 120% of the median income for our area. The median, it's hard to say, median income in Lathrup Village is just under $98,000. If you add 20% to that, that's about $117,000. That's hardly low income. And anyone who's making $117,000 is not going to qualify for any type of housing subsidy from the government. So again, I strongly encourage people to get their information from another source, but if you do read it, think critically and aggressively fact check what you're reading. I also want to welcome Thomas Kennedy, who is to our staff. He was introduced at the DDA meeting last week. He's our new DDA intern. He's working 20 hours a week, and he'll be working on community and economic development issues, and we're really looking forward to having him on board. And then lastly, I'm going to have office hours again on Wednesday, December 4th from 4 to 6 p.m. So if you have any questions, issues, concerns about any of the stuff we talked about today, or just anything in general, stop by. We'll have lots of time on a first come, first served basis. And again, that's Wednesday, December 4th from 4 to 6 p.m.
Thank you.
Go first. Anybody else want to go? Oh. All right. Well, I did want to remind everyone that Bruce, you put a little dagger in it.
Did I steal your thunder?
No. But the Festival of Lights will be at Michigan First. So.
Oh, well, I don't hold them. I mean,
yeah, no, I know. I was
they
joking.
thought they had to do, and obviously the board agreed with them.
But yeah, the Festival of Lights will be next Monday, November 25th, from 5:30 to 8 p.m. So basically, I just charge Michigan First with doing events in the city that they are. What's the word I'm trying to say? Where they have their base at. So instead of doing events in other areas and not the city where they're based at. So it should be a fun event. Hopefully we can have everybody out in the community come and support. And this will be a great way for you to us to build that relationship back up with Michigan First. So looking forward to that, and that's all I have.
Yeah, just to be clear, I
It was a
just
joke.
want to make sure people understand that, we don't hold anything against Michigan First. They felt that their building was overvalued. They did what they needed to do as a business, and the Board of Review, approved it. And it is what it is. I mean, it's just, I was bringing it up more as just to underscore the revenue issue that we have, and we're getting hit on all sides with reductions in revenue and trying to keep the same level of service for the residents, which becomes more and more difficult every year. So that was the reason we brought it up.
Bruce, it was a joke.
No, I know, but I didn't want
Everybody,
anybody.
I was playing.
I understood completely, but you made me realize that some people might think that, we're mad at them for doing that. We're not. It's just making it harder, makes it harder for us to make ends meet.
So you're not going to the Festival of Lights then?
I'm going to the Festival of Lights.
Okay.
We're all going. Well, I'm going. I should say that. You have anything?
Go Parks and Rec.
All right. I think that we're all in one mind, clear, whatever it is. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Third.
We are adjourned.